Done here is I've attached the far end to this little rod here, and I will show you how I do this. Now I've got 24 warp threads, and so they divide evenly into 6. So what I do is I take 6 of the warp threads and I go over the top of the dowel and then off to the side and up, so it looks like this, and then I can pull and then tie an overhand knot, just like that. So now what you can do is I can adjust a little bit, but you want even tension on your threads. So this one seems a little bit loose. So what we can do is pull toward the opposite end and pull down your knot. Okay, and we'll tighten this one too. Pull it towards the middle and tighten your knot. That's good. All right, so I'm just going to make like a half bow knot, so it'll be easy to remove when I'm done. So there we have our dressed loom. I'm going to flip the little ratchet thing there, and oh, very nice. Okay, so actually what we're going to do is we're going to release the ratchet on this side and get it back to the beginning here. Where did it take it to? About right there. For a toy, this is a pretty sophisticated loom. So if you're interested in making smaller projects, and if you happen to find a Brio loom, by all means buy it. I've paid as much as $85 a piece for them. They're getting more and more rare because they're just not making them anymore. So I want to get this kind of all straight there. Okay, this looks good. Now we're going to put in a few rows of this black just to space out the warp and make it even for when we put the yarn in. So again, I'll be right back with that. Okay, so here I have my shuttle with that black thread on it, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this little peg and push it back, and that lifts the heddle which opens up the shed. So we're going to go ahead and go through there. And we'll pull that in just a little bit. And then on the next pass, we're going to turn it and push it down so that the red heddle goes down and opens up the other shed. I might have to tighten up my warp a little bit. better. And you can also do it that way too, but you want to make sure that your edges are straight. And I'll show you a little bit how to do that in just a second here. But this is just more or less getting things all squared up and ready to go. So what I do is I usually bring the yarn or the thread right up to the outside warp, not pulling it, and then leave it at an angle. And that usually is enough slack in there so that it doesn't pull the sides in. Okay, and now we're going to go down. We'll go through the shed. Okay, so this will be row 4. Now actually this little black part here is part of the design for my bag, and this is the part that gets folded over to the inside of the bag when we assemble it. So it's I probably should have the comb right there to give it something to butt up against. So I'll do a few more rows here, and then we'll be ready to start with our yarn. So we'll be right back with you. This is a cake of yarn that I dyed and spun. It's more of an art yarn. It's not super even, but it's got a lot of texture and variation in colors, and it's purple and lavender and all shades in between. So that's what we're going to go ahead and weave our bag from. So here is my shuttle. Can almost get it in there. There we go. There's my shuttle, and we're just going to load the shuttle up with this yarn. And I don't want to put too much on because it'll be really thick and kind of hard to get through the shed, so we'll just put a little bit on. Kitties. Okay, I need to get my scissors. So, oh my goodness, I'll be right back. Sorry about the little cat fight there. They don't have to be best friends, but they don't have to try to kill each other either. So anyway, so I've got my shuttle all loaded up, and so we're going to go ahead and get this started here. And usually on my first pass through, I'll bring the end somewhere to the middle, and that way it's, ooh, okay, it's a little easier to kind of hide the end that way. Well, I can just cut that off later. Okay, and probably better let out a little bit of yarn here. You have to forgive me, my hands are nerve damaged and they really don't work the way they should, so sometimes I drop things. It's just part of what it is. Okay, so beat that down. So I could use a little sanding there. It's kind of pulling snagging on my yarn and pulling it. Okay, and then the other way. And this little loom is just such a joy to work on. It's very simple. There's nothing complicated about it at all. It's a perfect loom to learn on. A little bit tighter. And I just want to concentrate on keeping my edges straight. Okay, here we are. I have a little bit left here, and I'll probably just poke it through to the middle. But I have to reload my shuttle and continue weaving. So I will go ahead and do that and show you what the result is as far as weaving this part of the bag. I'm also going to be using my ankle loom to weave the strap, and I will definitely video that as well as part of this little series. We'll have the bag woven and we'll proceed from there. I want to thank you all for watching and for hanging with me here. I hope you learned something, and please subscribe, like, share, come back. So take care. We'll see you later. This is Shondell with Ibex Acres and Cisco.